Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty. 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 Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, guys. I hope you're all doing great. It seems like today is a tasty, tasty stream because all I keep hearing is tasty, tasty in my ear, which is great, and I thank you and I love you all. Let's try and catch up with chat and see where you're up to. Jellymaster, thank you so much for the 21-month subs of Prime. I really appreciate that. Let's see if we can align the camera a little bit better. Go on, camera, please. Here we go. Here we go. Let's. Oh, wrong way. If I lean this way and then I lock the camera about there. There we go. That puts me a little bit central. So thank you so much to that, Jellymaster. Tasty, tasty. And another one. Snicket's here as well. He says good evening. Perlin Merlin as well. 6306 is here too. Blackbrook, our good old mod Chris is here as well. He says Wibble. Say is here as well. So is Moons of Empire. Dude, I hope you're doing well. Tasty, tasty. And another one. Mateo says hello. Robert Mikey subscribed for 8 months. Thank you so much. He says, yo boss, welcome back. Yes, I'll talk about why I was off last week in a few minutes. Tasty. And another one. Thank you guys. 6306, thank you for the 4 months of subs as well. Adam's here as well. He says hello all. True Blaze is here. He says hi. Refried Bean says hey everybody. Void Media as well. Chartered Music is here too. Vintage Kiss subscribed for 17 months and says hello lovelies. Thank you so much Kish, I appreciate that. Patry's here as well. He's subbed for 3 months, currently on a 1 month streak. Thank you so much. He says I'll use this to ponder on being a creamer, which is absolutely unrelated to the whole thing. That's in relation to most people, or lots of people, wanting to buy the Cycle 7 in the cream colorway. They are now creamers. Take that as you will. I am Kanacha. Thank you so much for the 26 months of subs, dude. That's crazy. Thank you so much for that. Chris Bezic isn't far behind as well because he's on 20 months of subs. He says cash money. I wish it was cash money, but thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. Joshio sub for 19 months. Says have a good stream. Thank you, dude. I intend to. It's good. It should be a good stream. Rack also subscribed with Twitch Prime. Ikbin Timothy subscribed for 13 months and says hello, strangers. Dude, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping up with everything that's going on, and I hope you're doing really well. I know you've had a rough time these past couple of weeks. Please do know that I'm here if you need me. Stellidoscope says hello. Vintage Kish and everyone else we've covered. Will's here as well. He subscribes for 16 months. Thank you so much, Will, as well. I appreciate the flapjacks we got a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much for arranging that. Chris also subscribed for 14 months. He says toisty. Thank you so much for that, dude. As well as Say subscribed for 6 months as well. Kara's here too. She says hello, Jay and chat. I'm a minute late because for some reason I tried to go to prototypist.net/Twitch. Yeah, that won't work, I don't think. Looks like someone's put a poll up about which colour Cycle 7 you're going to go for. Let's decide if chat is creamers or jaspers or something else. Y'all are the best. Thank you, man. I try. PT is a whole team related effort. That's not all me, it's the whole team. My Lottie Pony, she says good evening. I hope you're doing well, Lottie. I really hope you're doing well, and I hear you might have some little tinklings in your inbox as well, so fingers crossed for you as well there. Pork Thief as well, he says hi Jay, thank you so much for that. Adam subscribed for 21 months and he's now on 2 1/3 PT babies. That's right. Dimatex as well, subscriber says you and me know that Jasper is the right way with 20 months of subs. Dude, like I'm gonna buy a Cycle 7 before it finishes. I think I'm gonna go Jasper. Yeah, like Jasper is probably my favorite of the colorways. Oh, creaming your prototypist copy. Well, funnily enough, I'm drinking a certain product today. So yeah, so we'll have to share that with you soon. What's the nice mouse, says Glorgus. This is an MX Master 3 and it has the logo on it for the SPC, which is our Twitch subs. It was painted by a friend of mine, so thank you very much for noticing that. The best poll. Yeah, it's a good poll. Thank you so much for all the subs, guys. I really appreciate that. Good evening. Well excited for Typist's Brew. Yeah, so Wednesday is the day. Typist's Brew around lunchtime. I think we're going to launch it, just based on when the roastery is going to be roasting the beans for us. It is limited because we're like it's going to be a little bit more expensive than most other coffees. Like I don't know exactly, but it's a bit more complex as well because there's no VAT on coffee, and our store is set up to collect VAT on every purchase, which is daft. But I think that we're going to be around the £12 max. It's expensive for 250 grams. But it's because we're having to do it in such a small batch. And if this goes well and you guys like it, then we'll be able to set up something that's a little bit more regular. But I'll talk about that soon. QCO is here as well. Robert Mikey says, I don't think other is a colour option. Jasper looks fantastic. Torn between Jasper and Void Elf. Yeah, I get that. Say does coffee check. We'll talk about the coffee in a minute. 100% worth it. Can't wait to try. I'm going to break my no spending money rule for the coffee. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. So that's probably a good place to shoot into news for this week. I do have a few things to share with you, PT news-wise. This week's going to be hectic, right? This week coming is going to be hectic. So Mel and I are going to try and ship out the rest of the Mercury 65s, the KL90s if we can get the parts. We're going to start the QC process properly for the Argyles, as well as making sure we've got everything for all the PCBs that's needed, because we have to count out individual diodes and stuff like that. At the same time as that, Leo's going to be packing in-stock orders, and he's going to try and do the Zoom 65 V2 group buy. We've also got 4 different GMK sets arriving from GMK this week, which is Relegendables, Infernal, 2 others I've forgotten. Like, I'll have to check, but it'll be on the updates coming as well anyway. So all that's going to arrive this week. Our next shipment's also on the way from China, which is probably 5 or 6 weeks away, but that means we have to catch up with stuff. We've also got a ton of stuff going in stock tomorrow night, which means there's a massive stock drop, including the Matrix courses, which you've all been asking for, and a couple of key sets, GMK Electric, what else is there? There's another GMK Hootie, GMK Soya Milk. There's tons of stuff going to go in stock on Monday. It's probably the biggest stock drop we've had for maybe 5 or 6 months. As well as that, this week we're also going to be trialing UPS at checkout. So as well as having a DHL account where we negotiate rates with DHL, where you'll be able to check out with DHL, we're going to add in at some point during the week, I think it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday, the option to have your orders shipped with UPS only for in-stock items. That'll be UK and domestic and worldwide, except for the EU, because we haven't sorted out the iOS stuff with UPS yet. And hopefully it'll bring down domestic shipping prices, and you guys can, if you guys like it and use it and keep using it and prefer it to DHL, and we see the stats going that way, then we'll maybe look at moving over to UPS, because it is a little bit cheaper. So the UPS are actually coming into the workshop on Monday. They're going to spend all day Monday with us, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, just monitoring stuff, seeing how stuff goes, which is massive. And it's a whole kit and caboodle, because there's like a whole team of 3 people coming in. There's our account manager, there's 2 technical advisors, and a whole raft of support crew in the background to try and make this work, because it's a massive thing. So if anyone's made an order for an in-stock product this weekend and wants to be a test guinea pig and you're in the UK, drop me an email and we'll send you like a free PT keycap for being part of the UPS test if you'd like. So that's how we're going to work it. Wednesday as well, we are going to launch the PT coffee. This is Typist's Brew. I'm drinking it right now. This is Typist's Brew. I spent a little bit of time writing the product description earlier on and getting everything set up with our roastery so that we can pass orders across successfully to be packed and ready to ship. There's a couple of little distinctions that I want to make out as well. We're expecting most orders to be domestic UK orders for the coffee, and those will ship out within a day or so, and we've got all that figured out. For international customers, because this is only open from Wednesday until next Sunday, so this time next week, it's only open for a few days, and it might close earlier if we sell out of how much we've roasted, because we're only roasting a certain amount. And we're doing it in 2 batches. We're doing a roast this week, so it'll be shipped this week, and then we're doing a roast next Monday, which will cover all of the weekend orders and international orders. So domestic orders will ship within a day or 2 from the roasting batches that we're doing. We're only doing 2 batches, so we have got a limited amount of coffee we can actually sell. For international, we're going to just ship all of the orders in one bulk shipment on Tuesday the 8th of August. So if you do order the PT coffee and you're international, we'll still ship it for you. If you order it with in-stock items, you'll still get your in-stock items. You'll be able to order it as an in-stock item, but because we have to go pick the coffee up to do that and ship internationally a little bit different, all the international ones are going to ship on the Tuesday afterwards. Just makes it a little bit easier for logistics for us. If you guys like it, we want to bring the coffee pretty much permanently to PT, and we can do a roast every week. We can have like a roast session every week, which will just be fantastic. So yeah, Tahoe's going live on Monday as well. Yes, Perlin. So yeah, Villanelle's also going live on Monday. Yes. So I'm really excited for the coffee. I'll be able to share more of the details this week as we get closer to it. I'll probably share some teasers from the product description as well, because it was written with ChatGPT into the coffee chat, and we'll also start to share some recipes. I'm hoping to get a bag out to some friends this week who do pour over. Chris, if you want some, so that we can try and get like a decent pour over recipe as well, because the roastery that we're working on primarily goes for espresso, and that's what we obviously use here at the workshop. So we know the recipe for espresso. We know the kind of dial-in settings that we need for it. So yeah, that's the cool stuff. It's pretty cool. I think based on feedback we've had, we're probably only going to offer it in 250 grams and maybe in 500 grams. The reason for that is everyone said, oh, 750 grams or a kilo is just too much for us. We'll never get through it. And given it's our first it's like our first iterative steps into coffee, I think that sounds fair. So we're probably only going to have 250 grams, maybe 500 grams, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I'm really excited for this because it's genuinely one of the nicest coffees I've ever had. If you like slightly acidic, quite sweet, full-bodied, medium roast, I'd say it's on the high end of a medium roast. If I was going to score it out of 5 on the roast level, I'd say it's a 4. Dark caramelly notes, dark chocolate notes. It would taste really, really good with some dark chocolate with it. then this might be the coffee for you. Anyway, more news on the coffee this week, but I'm genuinely excited. It's probably the biggest thing I've launched this year that I've been excited for. Like, of all the stuff we've done, this is probably my biggest excitement, which is kind of crazy. Is the coffee based on the leftover mix in the coffee machine from after Christmas? No. Is the octopus plushie in the background one of those that can flip inside out and be something else? Yes, it is. This is our angry octopus, who, when he has a bad day, he becomes a very angry octopus. So yeah. He's angry until he's really angry. Yeah. Infernally spicy. Firefly, yeah. I'll give you a special hello. Ooh, that sounds interesting. But yeah, someone said Villanelle. Yes, that is there. Like the PT coffee chat, but it's too advanced for me. Well, easy enough. Just buy some beans from us, put them in your grinder, put them in your coffee machine. Win. Because it is really good coffee. We actually tried it as a French press the other day, and it comes out really well. I had some yesterday with some family, and it came out really, really nice. So, yeah. Will says UPS cheaper than DHL. That's mad. We used to do it and got a £2 surcharge for sending to domestic addresses. So we ship something like 5,000 packages a month, and UPS are well aware of the volume that we get through. They've seen what we get through, so they can offer some quite good rates. Now the rates we have actually with DHL for DHL are exceptional. Like, very few of the companies get close to what we have, especially smaller companies like us. So we do have pretty good rates for domestic with DHL. UPS can beat it, and the key for us is that A, you guys want to use UPS, and B, that their service is as good as or better than DHL. If it's not, then we're not going to use it. It's very much a trial. UPS are very much aware of this. It's very much a trial for 2 weeks, and we'll see how it goes. After those 2 weeks, we'll do another 2-week trial. If it's very popular, we'll either replace DHL with UPS, or we'll have both running in tandem, depending on what that level of uptake is. So we just want to do something that's better for you guys as customers than necessarily what's better for us in the back end. So it will be some tweaks and changes. It does mean some changes to the processes of how we do things. If you want to be a guinea pig and you have made an order, drop me an email and we'll ship your order with UPS, and I'll chuck you something in for free, like a PT keycap as well as a thank you. And we'll test it out. You can let us know. We're going to have a UPS channel in the server for a couple of days as well, so you guys can drop any feedback about the UPS deliveries, and we'll see how those are. But yeah, it's interesting, and hopefully it'll work out. No need to lurk. Lots of people help if you want to ask something. Yeah, like the coffee chat's really open. Like, I'm an espresso geek, but I've just bought a new coffee machine as well. Tasty. Because all the coffee stuff got me really excited, I bought a really, really expensive coffee machine, but it's cool as hell. Watch on Instagram on Thursday if you want to see that, because that's when I go to pick it up, and I have to drive all the way to Tottenham to pick it up. So if anyone's in Tottenham and wants to get some lunch on Thursday, let me know. Product description, it's tasty. Yeah, maybe. DHL was really fast and smooth for me in South Africa, and that was part of what set PT apart from me, but cheaper is worth trying. It's mainly for domestic that we want to do this, Pork Thief. Like, DHL International is so quick and so good, I don't think anyone's going to be able to step up to them. Can you tell us which roaster you're working with? Not yet, because we've got contractual stuff that's ongoing, so once the contracts are signed, I'll be able to share more details on that. It's beans. It's just beans. We're not grinding it because we want to keep it simple and have one product and one product only. So not grinding it. It's sending out as beans. So yeah. Poor Overboy here. Right. Okay. Not as yeah. Okay. Right. 2 bags of coffee going out this week. Then I'll send those out as soon as I can, and you guys can help us dial in a good pour over recipe between you. I'll be able to pick up 250 or 500 then. Thanks, Bullboy. Thank you. We do have a limit on how much we can sell. So if you do want to get in on this, like, I hope we sell as much as I plan to, but please, the earlier you order, the better it's going to be, right? And the more often we can bring it back. 125 grams and 250 grams would be the usual sizes. Yeah, we can't do 125 grams with the roastery we're working with. Just from a logistics perspective, when we looked at it, like 250 was kind of like the minimum, just because of the cost involved with what we're doing. So 250 is the minimum, and I know it's expensive coffee at £12 a bag, but it's like the best we can do based on where we're at right now, because it's such a small run. Like, the costs just increase, and we've got a bit of setup costs as well and stuff like that. So slightly acidic, full-bodied, sweet, sounds like me. It does sound just like you, yeah. Futurist, I redeemed show me. Futura, tag me and tell me what you want to see, and I'll show you whatever you want to see. Fresh meat coffee, woo, something like that. Could you at some point during the stream show the Villanelle keycaps? Yes. Okay. Remind me at the end, Future, and I will go grab whatever novelties kit or additions kit isn't open. We don't have a base kit open, I don't think, but I'll be able to get you some other bits. Is your display cabinet from IKEA? It is. Yeah, it's very much from IKEA. Yeah. Profile sounds really nice, but based on a slightly darker OS, I'll probably start with 250, and if it ends up, and hope it ends up being a regular thing. Yeah, like if it doesn't, like, then it's just something we tried and something I wanted to do because I like good coffee, and like I'm blown away by how good this is. Like it took us a while. Mel and I went down there twice. Sharon came with us once as well, and I was hyped up, like amped up so much through tasting so many coffees one day that I couldn't sleep that night, and I came out with like a whole thing to Mel. I was just messaging Mel backwards and forwards, just like, "You've drunk too much coffee today, haven't you?" I'm like, yeah. So that was quite interesting. Zosco says, hey Jay, how's it going? Picks up some Gat Raws with 20% discount. Can't wait to try them. Nice. I didn't know we had those in stock still, but nice. +1 to seeing Villanelle. Very interested to see how it turned out. Yeah, we shipped out the group buy on Friday, so people have had sets delivered. So yeah. DHL services are matched in my area. The delivery driver waits, UPS knocks and ditches before I can make it. We'll see, I guess. It's just something we want to try. Yeah. 5,000 packages, that's a lot more than I'd imagine. Yeah, we ship about 5,000 packages a month. That's a mixture of group buy shipments and in-stock shipments. And for a small team of 3 in our little workshop, it's insane how much volume of stuff we get through. Thuzziest, thank you so much for 8 months of subs. I really appreciate that. I'm going to need to be persuaded. Well, maybe some free coffee will persuade you, Chris. But I know it's like a thing we just have to explore, because if we can offer something cheaper, even if we just offer both, then it's something we can offer, right? Now I've got the contract agreed with UPS. Like, I have the rates locked in. So even if I only send 10 a month, they've given me the rates based on the full amount. But even if we only do 10 a month, then it might be just worthwhile leaving on there. I don't know. We'll see. It really depends. What coffee machine did you buy? I'll share more details on Thursday. It's not a traditional coffee machine. It's something a little bit different. But it's funny that I'm buying it from London. Let's put it that way. I did not buy a La Marzocco. No, I didn't buy that. I bought something else that's kind of insane. Yeah, it's the one I showed. It's similar to, it's not the exact same one. It's very similar to the one that we talked about on the flight to Germany, Tim. Yeah, it's that one. I've got a stock order which I'm happy to be a tester for. UPS are one of the few who can find my address. Rack, drop me an email titled UPS tester and your order number, and mention that you've done it here, and I'll make sure that Mel's got that on the list for tomorrow when we start to ship out with them. I love beans rather than pre-ground. Yeah, I didn't want to pre-grind because I don't want to like pre-grind it and then people have different uses for it, right? So like if we do it as like a bean, you guys can grind it for cafetiere, or you can grind it for French press, or you can grind it for stovetop espresso, or you can, you know, whatever you want to do with it, you can do with it then. So yeah. Anonymous Biker, hey man, good to see you. It's good, subscribe for 5 months. Anyone know of a list of keycaps that support Colmac anywhere? I think there's 2 GMK sets that support Colverac, but not Colmac. I've not seen any of those anywhere. Is there a limit of bags per customer? No limit per bags per customer. We just got an overall limit. So let's say arbitrarily 2 kilos. So yeah. Are you casting a few beans in resin to make coffee caps? No, I'm not. But that's a good idea. I like it. I'll be ordering on Wednesday. Nice, thank you. Also looking at getting some Square Mile at some point. Yeah, Square Mile are pretty good. I like Has Been a lot as well. Dark Woods is really good as well, and that's pretty local to here. It's not them we're working with, but they're pretty local as well. So yeah. Clackbait, hey man. Clackbait, hey man. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. I watched your stream the other night, so thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Oh, look, they're talking about V16 AeroPress now. This is great, because when the coffee comes out this week, we'll have a recipe now, I'm pretty sure. How's the Laurel, says Chris? The Laurel is fine. I didn't damage the Laurel yesterday, so for those that don't know, I took my black classic American pickup truck to a show here in the UK, and getting it out, I did scrape the wheel arch on the Laurel, but I scraped it on the Laurel's stainless steel bumper, so there is no mark on the Laurel, but there is a mark in the paint on the truck, because the stainless steel is significantly harder than the paint on the truck, and 2-in-1 don't go. And it's tiny, it's like this big, and it's stupid, and I really regret it. I kicked myself so hard for it, but it's fine. But thank you, Chris, I appreciate you asking. Haven't tried coffee at all, but my dad has some equipment, so ask him to order some, and I'll try it out when I see once I move. Nice, thank you, Chat Music. I appreciate that. We'll taste test Tim's recipes. Nice. True Blaze. Profitec? I don't know what Profitec is. Best use a uniform profile set for comment. Yeah, so you can, as Tom says, you can use a uniform profile such as DSA, because then you can put the keys anywhere and it doesn't matter what letters have got on them. Shout out was given to Clickbait. Thanks, man. Whoever did that. I don't know who did that. What happened with the poll as well? The poll was up earlier on, but I missed what the results were for the Cycle 7 colours. Anyone got the results for that? Mods? Mod team? Looking at you. I'll be looking forward to making the Typist's brew with AeroPress and V60. Should be fun. Nice, yes. And we're all interested to see how that goes out. Interest in the car, Jay? He's a beautiful man. Oh, thank you, Kish. There was some interest in the truck because I am trying to sell it, and it was for sale. They actually invited me into the show, like inside the building, which was quite cool. So yeah, the only options were cream and other. Oh right, okay, I see. Other one. Okay, the only I didn't actually get a chance to look at it. It was a meme poll. I think Cream got 11 and other bros got noise. Right. Okay. Nice. Cool. Okay. Cool. Right. So that's PT news for this week. UPS in stock drop tomorrow. Coffee on Wednesday. Busy week for Mel and I, and Leo's got a day on holiday this week as well, so it's a really busy week. And we're going to try and ship out the Mercury 65s, chase down the KL90s, start looking at properly at, now we've got some space, at the Argyle, because that's been stuck waiting for Mercury to clear out of the queue. And Zoom 65 V2s this week as well, starting. I don't think they'll all ship this week, but we'll start them this week. So yeah, that's the plan. Right. Truck for sale for Harley Lupo confirmed. No, that Harley Lupo sold ages ago. The truck's for sale because I want to turn my little green pickup truck electric, and I need some funds to do it. So the black truck's got to go to fund the electrification of my vintage green Datsun pickup truck. So yeah. Cool. Right. Okay. So I think we've talked about everything I had to talk about. So now it's time to talk about the build today. Today we are building the prototype of the MKC, the My Keycap Club 75, the MKC 75. I got a prototype sent to me a few weeks ago. I have not looked at it yet, but I've picked a couple of keycap sets that'll go with it. You guys can pick, and I've also picked some switches that we can try putting in this as well. So before we go any further, hopefully one of the mods is able to set up a poll. Because we have some choices for you guys to pick. So we need to pick some switches. The first option I have, let's flick over the cameras actually, make it a bit easier, is these. These are Zaku's. These have been lubed and filmed. These are original round one Zaku's. So that's option one, Zaku's. Option two, we have good old POM piano switches. These have also been lubed, so POM piano switches. And we also have some Nixies, because who doesn't love a good Nixie switch? These are lubed too. So yeah, so those are the three options for switches today. So if a mod can set up a poll for the switches to select today, those are the three options. We have Nixies, POM pianos, or Zaku's. And then you guys can let me know what you want us to build it with today. Oh, the poll's already up. That was quick. The poll is already up. I'll let you guys vote. Yeah, so Boogie, I sent a friend of mine called Matt does all my switch lubing for me because I just don't have the time these days. I think I sent him something like 3,000 switches and he looped a lot for me in about a month. So whilst I have these here, I also have another bag of Nixies here. Not quite as big as the other one, but I do have that. And then I've also got some, let's see if I can see, I've got some Gateron X's, some Lavenders, some Alpacas, and some Gateron CJs as well, lubed from him over on my desk as well. So yeah, lots of switches lubed. Who has the time? Yeah, I have to pay someone to do it. What are you meant to do with all the channel points though? T-shirts eventually, I think we're going to do. I think. T-shirts eventually. Grab the JRIS 65 early with the sale code. Hopefully a nice upgrade over the KBD67 Lite. Nice. Yeah, we'll probably ship tomorrow or Tuesday probably. So keep an eye out for that because we'll get that in the post to you as soon as we can. I was thinking I'd do a prediction this week. A prediction? Ooh, oh, okay, yeah, do that. Let's do that. Let's do a prediction then. I don't know how that works, Chris, but go for it. Tim's got some time to design t-shirts for you. So that's actually something I want to talk to Tim about separately, actually. But yeah. Excuse me, kind keyboard man, would you be able to tell us when you're expecting the receipt of the envoys? All the updates are on the website, so if you go onto the website and you search updates, everything for group buys is up there. Rip me, who spent 10k points to get Lux on that purple board a while ago. Yeah, I think we will do some t-shirts at some point. We're actually just about to do some hoodies. Mel wants to do some hoodies with the Prototypist Octopus logo that we never use for anything. We're going to use it for the coffee. So we're going to do some like hoodies with that proper screen printed on the back, or maybe some with like a little what's the word, embroidered version on the chest. So yeah, we're going to do some bits like that. PT socks? No, I did. Don't tell Mel, but I have bought some socks for her birthday, which are joke socks, and let's just say they have adult toys on them. I hope she likes them, but don't tell her I bought them because it's a surprise. It's not her birthday for a while. Proto Kraken, yeah, he's called Ozzy the Octopus, and he's like been our mascot for about 3 years, and we've put him on one t-shirt once, and we did one sticker once. I didn't mean to swear. And we did one sticker once with Ozzy the Octopus on, and there was only 200 of them ever made. So if you have one of the Ozzy the Octopus stickers, even I don't have one because they all got given away. So yeah. Right, okay, so Zaku's have won. We are going to be using the Zaku switches today. So we can put the other switches away, which means dropping them on the floor. Right, rockets? Maybe. She's going to love them, hopefully. Yeah, coffee's going to launch on Wednesday, yeah. We'll have a hard conversation with PTHR. Maybe. I mean, I am technically PTHR as well as PT, so... Oh yeah, the envoys were a pre-order. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Whatever. I don't think we're at the limit of what it said on the website, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, we said they were going to ship in Q4 2023, and we're still in Q3 at the moment, so it's still a while away yet. Because Q4 is the last 3 months of the year. That's when we expect to get them and ship them out. So they're not late until January, basically. We should have them between now and January. If the stickers are the ones you had, the MK UK meet, I have a few if you want them. No, that's fine. Like, I'll get some more made at some point. Like, I don't need anyone to send me a sticker back. I can make some more. I just don't have one myself because we gave them away. It's fine. But yeah, we gave some of the t-shirts away that we had with the Ozzy the Octopus on the back. Mel occasionally wears hers. Mine didn't fit very well, so I don't wear it very often. But I have seen one picture of someone else wearing one. So yeah, it is quite cool. Right, so Zaku switches. Let's take a look at the keyboard then. I'll flick over the camera stream. There we go. Oh, so other than taking the cellophane off this, I have not done anything to it. So you're going to see this with me for the first time as I see it. This is the box that it comes in. It says My Key Club on the outside, which is what NKC stands for. I'll take the hoodie that doesn't fit you. No need to wash it first. It's a t-shirt. The hoodie fits me fine, sorry. But it is a t-shirt. Taking off the top of the box, we have some lovely foam. I should be a hand. Tasty. I have horrible hands. I've got short, fat hands. But yeah, we have some lovely foam. Let's see what's underneath the foam. Okay, so we've got some spare screws. Nice. We have some feet and maybe some gaskets, as well as some O-rings and a small Allen key. We have some more screws and some standoffs. We have some little rubber gaskets. We have some little rubber pads, a different type of gasket. Fake Saturday, thank you so much for dropping me a DM about being... Yeah, did I say MKC? I did say MKC. MKC are the JRIS people. Yeah, same manufacturers. Yeah. Mode said they were sending to vendors by the end of July or something, so I was hoping you might have more up-to-date info. We haven't had anything confirmed from them yet, but it's not quite the end of July. Like, I think we've still got a few days. Realistically, I think it'll be the end of August before we have anything shipped to our forwarders, and then it'll be 4 to 12 weeks until we get it here in the UK. So that's why we said Q4, because I think realistically it is going to be October, November time when we get them. But I don't have any further information. I have 3, I think, not found a use for them. Yeah, really more happy to check one with the samples when I get them sent up. It's fine, Sticky. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Here's the PCB. This is Hot Swap, and it's ANSI only. So I had to double check that then. My eyes were playing tricks on me. Looks like a nice PCB. We have a plate. That's POM. Yeah, POM. We have a foam pack. It's a prototype, it's fine. And then I assume under here we have the keyboard. Let's see what's under here. We do have the keyboard. So here is the keyboard, all wrapped up. This is the black unit with the brass weight. It's quite a dark brass. Maybe it's copper. Who knows? Maybe it's just the light playing on it. Because that's more brass. But we'll take a look at that when we get it open. So yeah, it is wrapped in cellophane. So yeah. Pop this down. Okay, I'm just going to drop the box on the floor with everything else. There we go. Okay, what are we doing for stabilizers today? I have no stabilizers. It doesn't come with stabilizers. Let's get some stabilizers out. Before we take a look at the case, let's get the PCB and plate assembly done, and for that we'll need some stabilizers. So let's get some stabilizers out. It may well be rose gold. We'll take a look when I'm not got the Streamlights reflecting on it. Oh, if you guys want to vote on keycap sets later on as well, it's going to be GMK Electric or GMK Hootie. So those are going to be the choices. Mods, I've told you exactly what the choices are. You have no excuse for missing them now. Right, let's grab some stabilizers then. Okay, the keyboard's black, so let's use some black stabilizers. I don't know what size wire we need, so we'll just take a look at the PCB. Is that 7U? 6.25U. And we need left shift, ANSI enter, and backspace. So we need 3 2 sets as well. Let's get some housings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we need 8 inserts. If I don't drop them. Clumsy fingers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Next up, we need some screws and some washers, so I'm just going to leave this out. But actually, we'll count them out now. We'll count them out now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And I'll try and get 8 screws out here, which is going to be the challenge, isn't it? Like counting out screws out of a small tub like this. It's going to take me forever to count them out. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I think that one was the wrong size actually. It just looked a bit off. Let's get 2 more. 7 and 1 more. That looks the right size. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's catch up with chat for 2 minutes before we start to go through the build. Un-ISO again. Yeah, sorry, I apologise for that. They're doing some whack thing with this that I'm not into, where the hot swap ISO is supported, but only with smelly 90-degree rotated sockets. I think that's just from a logistics perspective. That's the reason why they're doing it. The less known sequel to With Nail 9. Good film though. Keyboard looks very symmetrical. Would look great as an ortho. Just saying, don't have an ortho PCB for it, but yeah, it does. GMK Electric and GMK Hootie might as well start now for Max rigging. Poor mods. I love you really. I love you really. I hear the mods are the best. Some of them are. I saw on Discord that the typical mod is bold and unthin struck unlean. Oh, you mean like tubby? Yeah, I'd make a great mod then, apart from the fact that I've got all my hair. Anyone got any idea of key steps that look cool with Anno Purple Cycle 7? There's lots of choice in the store. Go have a look. GMK Zooted. You say GMK Zooted for everything. Right, okay. I think we've caught up with that with chat. Right, okay. So now we've done that, let's take a look at the PCB in a bit more detail. Because as I say, this is the MKC75. It is the prototype. Let's just see how it goes together. Because I think this is going to be very well priced, just like the Cycle 7 is. Unfortunately, we didn't get a Cycle 7 to build, although I had to go with one, and I'm pretty excited for those. Don't forget as well, you can get 20% off on the store until midnight tonight. I think it was pinned earlier on in chat, but there is a 20% off code available in the Discord until midnight tonight. So if you're interested and you want to save some money on something that's in stock on the website, take a look at that. These little gasket tabs getting caught on the bag. There we go. So here is the PCB. 75%. Nice and simple. Perky RGB. Everything's labelled. Let's get some stabilizers ready and popped in the board. First thing we're going to do is we're going to lube the wires and then put the stabilizers together. Repinned. Thank you, thank you. Subarashi. Subarashi is a great set. I'm really surprised that Subarashi is not sold out because Subarashi is so good. Vior is on its way as well. I've just had confirmation that Vior has actually shipped from KBD fans now, so our pre-orders will be fulfilled imminently, maybe a week or two. I always knew we'd get them in August, but it looks like we're going to get them early August rather than mid or late August, which is good. So just going to lube up the wire here, pop it into the housing of the stabilizer. Just like so. Then we're going to move on to the other side. That's way too much lube. Okay, my brush is full of lube. I do not need all this lube. Jay, what are you doing? There's too much lube here. Try and keep this even. Wipe off the excess. There we go. Zooted is great. I wish I had Boneyard though. Yeah, I might look at getting Boneyard in if I can. I can't guarantee it though. Vior is so nice. Vior is lovely. Just putting the inserts inside the housings because we'll go back and lube the sliders and the rails themselves later on once we put the stabilizers together. So we're just going to put the housings together now. Still waiting for Neapolitan switches to come back in. Yeah, I don't have a date on those at the minute. I'll have to chase Canon keys again and see what the expected ETA is for them. Same with lavenders as well. Big tubs of lube barrows, something like that. Okay. I just want to just put that together. There we go. I don't have a board for Vior, but I'm very excited for it. Nice. Vior is really nice, to be honest. It's one of the nicer sets that's going to be going straight into stock. It came out really nice. Boneyard was the first set I got in extras. It's a lovely one. It is nice. We've asked a couple of times about restocking Zekus, and we never get a straight response. I think Balsa just want to keep them for themselves. I don't know. I'll try asking again, but I can't guarantee it. It's fair enough if they want to keep their product for themselves, though. If you want an expert's opinion, I'm using the word expert loosely there because I don't really think I am, but I think Autumn Rains are close enough and probably a bit of a superior switch. I don't know if we have them in stock still, actually. We might have run out. Okay. Speaking of, I'm hoping that we can do Clackbits round 2 as well, because they were pretty good switches. And Mr. Clackbit himself was in the chat earlier on. I'm not sure if he still is, but he was in the chat earlier on. So, Mr. Clackbit, if you're still watching, round 2, I'd appreciate you. Well, I already appreciate you, but I'd appreciate you more. Yeah, Autumn Rains are a great switch. Like, if you want Zaku's and you aren't able to get them, Autumn Rains. Or I'll sell you these ones for £1 a piece, whatever's left after the stream today. Do I have any tips for mil-maxing to ensure that they're evenly aligned? Yeah, put them on a switch. So put the mil-max sockets onto switches, install the switches in the board, pray that it's the type of board that holds onto the switch firmly, and then solder them and then pull the switches out afterwards. That's the way I do it. It tends to be more successful that way, because you can then use a switch to make sure that the mil-max sockets are pressed in firmly. But they're not a great solution, I'll be honest. They're not a good solution. Like, proper hot swap boards are way better than mil-maxing. I'd only mil-max if I had to, like if I didn't have another choice. I don't think it's particularly a good product, personally. I think they're a little bit finicky, prone to failure, difficult to install, wasteful if you get solder in one. Recommendations to go on stabs? Yeah, if we've still got them in stock, QMX stabs are probably my go-to stab at the minute. They're made by GMK and they're pretty damn good. We're just going to lube the slider rails now, and just put a small amount of lube just into the rear of the switch as well. Sorry, the stabilizer as well. Just a very thin amount. We're only trying to make them a little bit smoother. We're not trying to gum up the works here. There we go, that's one done. King Truff says, good evening, Jay, good week. Yeah, busy week, but good. Thank you for asking. Another busy week coming, but we'll get there. Godly Stubbies, yeah. Just opened up a nice cappuccino stout. Nice. I wish I could have a drink streaming, but I can't, sadly. £1 a piece, you say? Yeah, I was just memeing, say, but yeah, I would sell them for that if, because these are my personal collection. Remember, these aren't from the store. I probably paid Matt 40p a switch to lube them. I probably paid 50p a switch each, so I don't think that price is too far off what I've got into them. And they are from my personal collection rather than the store, so yeah, I'd probably sell them for £1 each, something like that. What stabs are we using in this build? These are old Wookiee Studio stabilizers. I have a load of the charcoal and a load of the green from the original Ikki Aurora runs. We like way overbought on these stabilizers and never sold them, so I took a load out of stock and we're just going to use them for builds because they're good enough and they'll do especially for a lot of the prototyping that we do as well. There we go. That's the stabilizers all lubed up. We can now pop the lube away. And we can get the stabilizers installed on the board. Once they're installed, I think that Mil-Maxes are great. No risk of pushing them out of the PCB like there is with normal sockets. Yeah, I just don't like them. Like, they tend to open too wide if you use certain switches, and then you can't use them with other switches. And I don't know. I get a lot of people requesting me to fix them, and I very rarely get people requesting me to fix hot swap PCBs. So if you need help with the busy week, I have free time. I might take you up on that. I sent you a DM regards to something. Dude, I get 1,000 DMs a week. I get hundreds of DMs a day. Like, if it's a business proposition, email me. If it's support that you need for the website, email me. If it's just a random question that could be answered in a public chat, ask it either here or ask it in the Discord. Chat Music says, not sure if anyone is interested, but I've been shadowing the F1 channel for a while. I was at London E-Prix yesterday, and it was great fun. Got to see Jake Dennis get crowd world champion. That's cool, dude, that you were there. Formula E is something that you can chat about in that Discord channel. Absolutely, it's cool. It's Formula E. So yeah, I'm happy to do that. Thank you, N360, for the 10 months of subs, dude. Thank you so much. I just get so many DMs, King Truff, that I can never keep up with them. Like it's just ridiculous. GMKA Hiragana kit sitting in my shopping basket as my fingers inch closer to the checkout button. Get the base kit as well. Oh, sorry, that is one of the base kits. Sorry, I thought for a second I thought that had a Hiragana all alphas kit, but yeah, that is the base kit. Right, okay, so now we've done that, it's time to put the stabilizers in the board. So let's get these installed. It would help if I put this in the right way. Oh, before we do, actually, let's just check that if we're going to put the PE sheet in, which I think we are, let's just check that. Oh, how weird. That's just, there we go. Let's just check that we can get the PE sheet on around the stabilizers. We don't have to put it under the stabilizers. See, McLaren are now doing rather well recently after we did some upgrade package from them. That was until today. They had a great showing last race, sorry. This week, not quite so much. Okay, so we can fit the PE sheet around the spacebar, but I'm glad we did this check, because now we need this one in place to do the rest of the stabilizers. So let's pop these in, and then once these are in place, we can flip the PCB over and we can screw these down. There we go. Incredible. Thank you so much, Nobitu, for the follow. I appreciate that, my dude. Okay, so now we're just going to put a O-ring on top of a screw, and we're going to screw these in. Sub Legends and ISO UK, man, so good. Yeah, funnily enough, McLaren also did well after I visited the McLaren Technology Centre. So thank you again very much to Elias for inviting me down. But I got to spend the day looking around the MTC, seeing all the cars, seeing them actually work on the Formula 1 cars as well, which is really cool. And yeah, just seeing the whole place in general was amazing. Dream come true for a McLaren fan like me. And they started to do great after I had that visit, so. ISO UK and base as well. Yeah, it does. This is GMKA. Yeah. Sub Legends and ISO UK. Yeah, it is really good. I'm surprised that hasn't sold out, because like it's something that so many people ask for, and I think so few people realize that we actually have. Oh gosh, what's going on with the stabilizer? Come on. Okay, let's screw it into that side. Tasty. Thank you so much for Skimson for the subscription. I appreciate that, my dude. There we go. Stabilizer fell out of one side, so I just had to rectify that quickly. And now we have done so. We should be able to screw it in. He says. McLaren designers must have done some sacrifices, for sure. I've been a huge McLaren fan for as long as I've been into F1, and just to see them do well again now is it's really nice. Does the prototypes the prototypist store, I think you mean, offer shop pay? I heard a good number of vendors got burned by it in the past and wasn't sure if you were already up. So we don't offer shop pay, no, but sometimes shop pay is not our choice. So if you have a shop pay account and you have shop pay credit, we can't stop you using it on our store. It's one of the kind of like built-in things that Shopify has. So we have opted out of it where we can choose to opt out of it because we've had issues with it. We've had issues with Klarna Pay as well in the past, so we don't offer that anymore either. But yeah. Okay, GMKA, I was waiting since 2021 for them. Super worth it. Colors came out really nice. It's a great set. It's a great set. I'll tell you what is really nice as well, which goes in stock on Monday. GMK Soya Milk. That's come out so well. I feel like today was mainly setup related. Yeah, it was. Because of just how they'd set up for the wet weekend. Yeah. Skimson, good evening, sir. Thank you very much for being here. 11 months of subs. Technical side of F1 is the only part I really follow, and the McLaren upgrades have definitely been a great part of the season so far. They did super well. Yeah, it put Aston Martin on the back foot for sure. Mercedes has been doing well as well. It'll be interesting to see how Mercedes do over the next few weeks. But I'm hoping McLaren can get back to form next week as well. Or next race, sorry. Moons. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we have now got our stabilizers all installed, all screwed down nicely. We've got our PE sheet in place. I guess the next question is, for a vote, do you want the foam in here or not? Mods, if someone can put a poll up, and we'll just decide whether you guys want to see the foam in the board or not. Definitely going to try and get extras. Yeah, Monday, 6 PM UK time. PC array with GMKA. That sounds really nice. Mercury has UK ISO in base. Might get the pre-order. Yeah, it's not too far away now. I think it's going to come out soon. Okay, poll is up for foams, guys. We vote now if you want to see foam in the build or not. We're definitely going to use a PE sheet, but let me know what you guys want to see. Well, the poll's going wildly towards no at the minute, but that's unusual. Usually you guys like to see foam in these builds. Is that Iron Brew? It is, yes. It is Iron Brew. Rig that poll. Well, I'm going to put the foam in place for now, because it seems like it's going to get voted to go on, so I'm just going to put the foam in for now, and we'll see how that goes. Looks like we have to do a trim here for the foam anyway around the spacebar stabilizers, which is fine. We can do that, but let's see what you guys vote for. Have the prices been released for the coffee? Yeah, it's a little bit expensive because we're doing like such a small limited run. It's going to be £12 for 250 grams, which I know is on the high side for coffee, but it's like kind of like the cheapest we can make it right now. Plus shipping, I think we're going to just ship them by Royal Mail for UK domestic orders. So yeah, it's going to be like just around 15 quid sort of thing for 250 grams shipped to your door, something like that. So yeah, 50-50. Someone is really going ham on the rigging of the points here, because there's like 3 times as many votes as we have viewers. Channel points are burning. Point spenders are awake. £12 seems reasonable for a 250 gram small one. Yeah, I mean that's like I didn't want to price it any higher than that, and there's not much margin in it at that. I'll be honest, it's like pennies per order, but like we just want to make sure that people want to drink our coffee, and if they do, maybe we'll do like a little subscription model or something for it. Get it into your guys' hands every month or something like that. Would be cool. We'd be able to get it a little bit cheaper if we could do it every month as well, because we could just like do one roast and then just do like a monthly subscription for it. That'd be really cool. Run out of channel points. So no foam is probably going to win right now, I think. When's it going on sale, Jay? Wednesday around lunchtime. I'll put up an announcement on the Discord server when it goes live. But yeah, the Typist's Brew is going to go live on Wednesday around lunchtime. It's basically going to be a case of It's in stock until either it's sold out or we hit Sunday night, because then I'm going to turn it off during the stream next week. Because we only have a certain amount that we can sell, because that's how much we roast. That's how much we're going to roast, right? So that's all we can sell. Maybe Mel could punt it across the warehouse before packing it. Yeah, maybe. So the domestic orders we're not going to pack ourselves, like our roasters offered to do it for us. So we're going to take them up on that, because they're going to do it for free, which helps us keep the price down as well. The international ones we have to go collect, which is why we're going to do all the international ones on one day, because we have to go collect them and then like pack them and ship them. So yeah, so no foam. No foam. Oh, the camera's following me again. Let's stop that. There you go. Rigger's too powerful. I love democracy. Yeah. Sorry, missed the beginning of the stream. No worries, Treasure. Thanks for being here, man. Thank you. Just bought those QMX. Thank you for the rec. They're really good at QMX. I'm a big fan of them. Right. Okay. So we decided no foam. Now let's get the plate out for the PCB. This is the POM plate. 7,800 points well spent. You might not think that when you hear it. We don't know what this sounds like yet. Okay, time to put some switches in forward. Let's just get this screw out of the way. I have like 3 pots full of... Have you seen? This is how unorganized my stream desk is. I have pots full of stabilizer bits and a USB thing and an Allen key and a bit of a stabilizer. I have another pot here, which was actually made for me by another streamer, Mol Ceramics. If you're watching, shout out. Love you, Mol. You're amazing. You do fantastic things for us. She made these really cool pots. More gaskets and stabilizer parts and shims, a big bolt, some switches. It's all sorts of random stuff. And then I have another one here, which is even more random. Which has just got like... Well, it's got tablets. It's got some... 2U releginables. It's got a Hebe cap. Oh yeah, it's got it. Like it's got a. These aren't even out yet. This is one of the Hebe caps with the releginables for the brass top. You can't even get them yet because the group buy hasn't shipped. But yeah, loads of random stuff, and they just all sit on the back of my desk. And the Zaku's lube perfectly. In my opinion, these lube very well. Let's start in the center. Ooh, tight. Oh man, this does not bode well if I can't get this first switch in. There we go. Okay, first switch is in. Let's. In fact, we shouldn't have done that. We should have started at the bottom. Oh well, never mind. Let's now start at the bottom and get some switches in with our plate fork. There we go. Oh, plate fork's now stuck. Let's get a spudger. There we go. Perfect. Cool. Right, so let's get the switches in all along this bottom row. Well, I say the bottom row, the shift row, and then we'll do the home row and work our way up. Definitely need the spudger to get this out. There we go. Bring this in down here. We're just using the plate fork just to make sure that everything is seated nicely, and that we keep the plate upright and clipping the switches into it as we should. Just checking the pins are straight before we put the switches in, and we're just giving them a nice firm press straight down, just so they sit in the hot swap sockets correctly. We will check for bent pins before we test the PCB, but I think we'll be okay. Jay's defo a Barbie fan. I haven't got any plans to go see. I do want to see both Barbie and Oppenheimer. If anyone is up north and wants to go see them both, I'd love to do like a... I'm not going to get time this week, but I'd love to do like a full-on day at the cinema where I just see both of them. So if anyone does fancy doing that with me at some point, let me know, because I'm pretty sure Mel won't want to go see them both at the cinema. My wife doesn't want to see either of them at the cinema. So yeah, so if anyone's interested in that, let me know, because I would definitely like to see them both at the cinema. I'd love to do it like one after the other as well. I'm not sure which way round people are recommending though. They're recommending Oppenheimer first or Barbie first? Like which way round is the correct way to do it? Has anyone decided a correct way around to do it? Barbenheimer is my beloved. The mod's doing some good work today. Thanks, guys. Is PT going to be the UK vendor for the MKC75? Yeah, that's why I'm building one. Need predictions next time a ribbon cable comes up. Oh no. Don't do a ribbon cable prediction. I hate ribbon cables. They are the bane of my existence in the keyboard world. You did Barbie first. Oppie's quite draining. Barbie's a right laugh. Okay. Those who didn't doubt Jay and his switch butting skills. Gonna go with Jesper. I think he True Blaze. Jesper is probably the right answer. I think Jesper is gonna be my choice as well. Ooh, that felt tight. That's what she said. Okay, so I do have a little issue here trying to get the switches in around the enter area, but I think we'll be okay. There we go. I'm going to put one in for backspace now as well. There we go. Let's see if we can just do these ones down in this area here. The good thing is here we're kind of limited to where we can make mistakes, to be honest. I think bent pins is likely the only thing we're going to struggle with. Go see Talk to Me. I haven't seen that advertised actually. I don't know what that is. But I couldn't do a triple feature. Like I could do a double bill, but not a triple feature. Like I just, yeah, I'd be too antsy, and I don't have the time to do like 3 films either. Like I think both Oppenheimer and Barbie are quite long as films go. So I'd probably struggle just finding the time to go see them. Never mind anything else. Oh, I see. There we go. Sensational horror movie, so nice I'm seeing it twice. So I'm not very good with horror movies, I'll be honest. Yeah, I and ah. Like I watched The Descent a few years ago when I was quite, well, I say quite young, it wasn't that many years ago. And I struggled with that. Like I struggled for a few days with that. So yeah, I'm not great with horror films. I saw the Ring when it first came out, like 2003, 2004, whatever that was. I struggled with that as well. I'm so terrible when it comes to horror films. Almost done on the bottom row here. If you guys want to do the AMA part of the stream as well, if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, just tag me with @JPrototypist and I will answer any questions that you guys have about any topic you have. Could be about the coffee, could be about keyboards, could be about life in general. I don't mind. You ask, I will answer. Should we just go with regular caps today? Oh, let's see which way around this is. Step caps is the correct way around, so let's just go for step caps then. what job did I have before PT? I used to be a program manager for Lloyds Banking Group. So started off as a product owner stroke project manager, became a program manager, and then senior program manager before I left. That's what I used to do. So project management, agile delivery methodologies, all of that kind of stuff is my historical bread and butter, as it were. And I did that for nearly 15 years. Low budget and film festival ones are always such life. I don't mind low budget horror movies. If I tell you a horror movie that I did really enjoy, Hostel. That was really good. I did really enjoy Hostel. I don't mind if they're laughably bad. And like there's, do you guys remember a series of films called The Cube? It was like I think they were called The Cube anyway. It was like a prison that was like a series of rooms, and you could go from one room to the next, and the whole prison was like a Rubik's Cube style maze, and in each one there was like a deadly like thing. That was quite a cool film. I did enjoy that. What's your tips for recovering from a busy weekend with a return to work the next day? Don't drink alcohol on the day before. Like, you'll be tempted to. Don't. Plenty of sleep, a fresh shower in the morning and before you go to bed. So have a shower before you go to bed if you know you're going to have a busy day. A shower before you go to bed will help you sleep nicer, help you sleep better, or it certainly does for me. No coffee after about 5 p.m. if you know you're going to have a busy day the next day and you're coming off a long weekend. As I say, no alcohol as well. Eat well, don't eat a takeaway. Eat something nice, something good, something healthy, salad, something like that, something fresh. Wait, is that the other way around? No, it can't be. There we go. And then in the morning, you want to get up a little bit earlier than what you plan to, so you can have another shower, refresh yourself for the day. Clean clothes as well always helps. I know it sounds daft, but like, just putting on something that's clean, like not a pair of jeans that you've worn 2 days prior or whatever else like that. Just some actual fresh, clean clothes usually helps. And then something nice and fresh for breakfast, like fruit or something. Don't have that full English if you're staying in a hotel and you've got another busy day, because it'll just fill you up. Have some fruit and maybe a pasty if you know, pastry if you need to. Yes, I remember The Cube. I'm glad I'm not the only one then. I'm glad I'm not the only one that remembers that. Got any funny stories from your PM days? Probably thousands. I do remember once when we were moving data centers, and there was kind of like a rack in the data center that no one knew what it did, and we had to physically move everything from one data center to another. So we decided, after about 6 weeks of trying to interrogate this box to see what it did, that we were just going to turn it off, because we couldn't figure out what it did. We couldn't interrogate it. We couldn't find any information coming out of it. We couldn't find anything that it did. No documentation anywhere or anything. And for a big multinational corporation, that's kind of like a big no-no. So we turned the box off, and then all of a sudden customers couldn't do a certain function, which was quite important to the company at the time. So we did what any good company would do in that situation. We turned the box back on. Didn't work. Didn't turn back on the function that had turned off. In the end, after we dismantled the box, we found reference inside the box to an old project that had been run in the bank like 30 years prior, and we managed to find someone who was named against that project. They were retired and living in Switzerland at the time. They agreed to come out of retirement and help us try and get the box back to work. And they wanted a stupid salary per day to do it. I think it was like 10,000 euros a day. And we said no, so we tried to do it on our own. After 3 weeks, we still had nothing. This function was still unavailable. The regulator was starting to get involved because this function was still unavailable, so we agreed to pay him his 10,000 euros a day. He came over and fixed it in like 2 minutes to get it back up and running. And then wanted 10,000 euros per day to get it to actually work with our modern systems and things like that, because it was written in Fortran, I think. Which is a really old programming language. So he stayed with us for something like 10 weeks on 10 grand a day and got it done. That's probably the silliest story. Yeah. The Cube is nuts. I do remember it. Yeah, I don't know if it was Canadian. I only vaguely remember them, to be honest. So yeah. Chat Music says, how difficult is the business management, financial, like taxes stuff side of things? I want to start my own watch company way in the future, but I'm put off by the financial stuff. So we have an accountant who does a lot of that for us, especially things like VAT returns, PAYE, because obviously here in the UK, everyone who gets paid a salary per month from PT or based on the hours they work, they have to pay into like the government tax scheme, and they have to have pension schemes, and there's all sorts of regulatory things to jump through, and then there's insurances and everything else. the solution to it is to have a good accountant and also employ someone who can manage that with the accountant for you. So we have a member of staff called Sharon who manages a lot of the accounts for us on a day-to-day basis, and then reports that back to the accountant for VAT reporting, tax returns, stuff like that. It's an expensive service, but it's worth it. I think it's, you know, it's thousands per month, but it's absolutely worth it, and it does save us a lot of time. So yeah, the rest of the financial stuff is just managing cash flow, which is never easy in any business, and it's particularly difficult in keyboard world with group buys and things. Wherever you have pre-orders, managing cash flow is so difficult. It is the hardest thing to do. So if you're going to run pre-orders or group buys or something similar for the watch company, be very wary, because it's going to be really difficult. You've got to be so careful with it. So yeah. Don't do scary films. Life is scary enough. Yeah. You should try working with Mel. Yeah. You're telling me takeaways aren't healthy? Not. Maybe some are, but most are not. Yeah. Most are not. Any colours for the Corsa drop that isn't included in extras? Nope. My father-in-law has all of the Cube movies. Nice. Are they on Plex? I'll have to have a chat with Mel, see if they're on Plex or not. You learned Fortran in uni back in 2013. Yeah, so the issue was, I think it was coded in Fortran, but like there was no, from what I remember, there was no modern way of jacking into it or something. I can't remember the details. I was not involved in tech at the time. My job at the point was just I was hired to go in, and my role was to basically find the problem, fix the problem with the best solution. So it was kind of like an interesting one, and they basically just put me on the project to fix it and get it back up and running, which is what I did. So yeah. Cool, $500,000 there. Yeah, it was stupid money. You'd have to maybe 10k a day to work on Fortran, to be honest. It's a lot of money. If you could eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Okay, so there's two answers to this one. What's my camera doing? Why is it doing that? Okay, let's fix the camera first. But there is two answers to it. Come on, camera, please. Right. Okay, go this way and then stop there. That'll do. Right, okay. There's two answers to this one. There's a cheat answer and a real answer. The cheat answer is pie. And I say pie because you can do anything with a pie. You could have meat and potatoes in there. You could put a curry in a pie. You could put fruit in a pie. You could put lemon curd in it and meringue on top, and it's still a pie. So the answer to that, if you want to still have everything, you can put sausages in a pie. You can put gravy in a pie. You can put, I don't know, cheese sauce in a pie. With pie, you can cheat and you can say, that's my answer, and you can basically have anything you want, right? My non-cheat answer to this would be Indian cuisine, because I just love Indian food, so yeah. Yeah, but that's the cheat answer. If anyone ever asks you that question, left shift switch is missing. Yeah, thanks. Good shout. There we go. So yeah, pie or Indian cuisine. Working with OpenVMS systems is bad enough. Can't imagine Fortran still. Yeah, I can't remember exactly the details. I wasn't techie. I was basically, my job was basically put the right people into the right room to get it fixed, which is what I did. COBOL in the old days. Man, that's really old. Here at work, we're currently planning a shift over to a new mainframe. Not a fun time. I hear you, man. I hear you. I want to make a joke about pie. I won't say it. Yeah, please don't. Chicken and leek pie. Yeah, chicken ham and leek pie is one of my favorites. Yeah, my wife likes that as well. I think my favorite would be like a steak and ale, but yeah, I could go for that. What is a place you would visit if money was not a high factor? I've been quite lucky to travel quite extensively in my life. I've never been to the Canadian Rockies. I'd quite like to go there. That's somewhere I'd like to see. I'd love to do like I don't want to do like a commercial thing like a safari in Africa, but I do want to go to like Africa and see the savannah and all of that kind of stuff and the creatures and things there. I'd just be one with nature where humankind emerged. That's something I'd always want to do. It's on the bucket list. We'll get there one day. I'd visit you. Lottie, I'd just take you with me wherever I was going. That's fine. Cool. Okay. If you guys have got any more questions, feel free to ask them. Let's carry on with the build though. So we've now got all of our switches in place. The next thing we need to do is take a look at the keyboard itself and see how everything goes together. Teamwork makes the dream work. It does indeed, yeah. We have a good team here at PT. So let's take a look at this. So it is wrapped up, so we're going to need to puncture this film. I'm going to try and do this quite gently. There we go, without damaging anything. So this is the black anodized version. And before we go any further, I'm just going to put the feet on it. Because, well, feet make the world go round. Protection is key. Sure. Is this related to your pie joke? If so, how rude. How rude. Okay, let's get some feet installed here. These are very large feet. A protection and pie joke. Kiss you someone tonight. Whoa, I would never. Yeah, whatever. 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 Okay, feet installed. Let's do a bit of ASMR and tear this off. Let's. There's no noise, but it looks good. There we go. It's got a few watermarks in it, but it's pretty good as far as PVD goes. I wonder if those will polish out. And for the price, you can't really moan. But it's pretty. Get some fingerprints on it and then it'll be a real weight. It'll probably have some fingerprints on it before I finish the build today, let's be honest. Right, okay, so let's take the case apart. I'm just going to use this little bit of foam. Let's get that back out of the way. What size screwdriver do I think we need? This one? Yeah, this one. Like the fun? Yeah, it's not too bad. I think this is the rose gold one the more I look at it, but they didn't tell me what they were sending me, they just sent me something, so it's kind of hard to know for certain, Berlin, but I think it's the rose gold. Jaffa Cake tea? That sounds horrific. Where can I get it? I'm going to use the tweezers to get these screws out, but that's okay. I do love a Jaffa Cake. Cake flavored tea to dunk small cakes in. Something like that. Sounds terrible, but I want to try it. No pearl in you. It is nice and pretty, yeah. It does have some watermarks in it, but I think that's kind of like just par for the course when you're paying so little for PVD finishes. It is something that we have never offered on our own products is PVD, just because it's so bad for the environment, but I appreciate and understand why people like it. Okay, let's flip that over. Case comes apart nice and easily in two parts. There is batteries installed underneath here. I won't take that apart to show you, but that's where the batteries do reside. The USB port's on the back, on the rear, in the center, and then the JST cable comes through. So I guess we need to figure out how we're going to mount this one today. I'm really tempted to just decide to go for top mount. What do you guys think? Should we just go top mount? Or should we do the gaskets? Should we do gasket PCB mount, or should we do top mount? Should we do a pole? Should we do a pole? Top mount? Let's do a pole. One of the mods can get a pole up. We'll put the foam in the base as well, because everyone likes a bit of foam. Let's get a pole up, and you can vote. Top mount for real, for real? Okay, I think everyone's going to go for top mount anyway. Fine, let's just do top mount then. Let's just do top mount. Let's figure this out. Okay. Which screws are we supposed to use for top mount? It's got to be these, right? Interesting, this does come with spaces,
Tasty,
so
tasty.
are they supposed to sit? What are we supposed to do with the spaces then? Where are these spaces supposed to go? Are we supposed to put them? Like, these are the screws for this, right? So either we're supposed to put this in between the plate and PCB and drop the plate and the top case and drop the plate down inside the build. Let's put it together first without these. Let's just ignore those for a second and let's just put the case together without them. What screwdriver do we need? Phillips. I think we're just going to go top mount. So everyone better bring it for top mount now. I've done it. Top mount. Yeah, cool. You guys are going for top. Whoops. Reminder to self, don't let go of the screw until you know it's in position. You boosted a bit, thank you. Went too early on the point rigging. Oh well, isolated top mount kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Like we'll see, because like if this doesn't like sit nicely and the keycaps look like they're going to be way above the case, we can just take it apart and re-put this back in. Usually they're there for a reason, but I don't see a need for them. It doesn't look like they're supposed to be there at the minute. Has it got plate mount too? So this is plate mount effectively. It's plate top mount. Perhaps it does have plate mount as well. I haven't checked out the full specs of the board yet, I'll be honest, which is a bit remiss of me considering we were going to be selling it soon, but it's tomorrow's job to create the product listings. So note to self, do not let go of the screw until the screw is in place. Looking at the gasket mount, oh, so the Mr. Krabs laugh. Wait, just saw the tabs on the PCB. The tabs are for PCB mount, yeah. They're for PCB mount. It does offer PCB mount. PCB gasket mount. No, not Villanelle on this board, no. Because I don't own a personal set of Villanelle, and I'm only using my personal keycaps for it. Like, I'd have to take a set out of stock to use for this one build and then never be able to sell it. So that's just not something I'm willing to do, I'm afraid. But I will get some of the Villanelle caps and show those on stream towards the end if you remind me. Just outed how hard you welded it. Cool. Okay. That looks good. Let's check we've got a screw in each hole. We do. Top mount complete. Maybe that does look a little bit high. Maybe not. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, so now that's done, it's time to pop the case back together. Let's pop all these back in here. Oh, that's what you meant? Yeah, it does offer PCB mount, yeah. So the PCB mount, you use these little gaskets here, and they kind of clip into the PCB, and they sit on the bottom case in these little milled circles here. So yeah, so that is an option, but not when you're going top mount. Hi back, I'm Jay. Okay, so now we just need to plug the JST cable in. And I think it goes this way around. Just looking at it. Perhaps not. Perhaps it just goes the other way. There we go. So JST cable is now connected, and then we're just going to set the case down, flip that over, and we can screw the case back together. And we're going to go diametrically opposed on this just to make sure everything's nice and neat and even, and that we're spreading the weight evenly across the case. He says, just making sure that clips in. This is just to make sure the pressure's even all the way across. Fingerprint added to the weight. Nice. Yeah. It's difficult to build them on stream when I can't, because I really struggle to see what's happening down here because the lights are so bright. So quite often that's why you'll see me peer right over, because the lights are so bright I can't see the reflections very well. So sometimes that does happen and I end up getting fingers in places I shouldn't do. Yeah, PT shirts will happen at some point soon for channel points, I think. There we go. That's the board now put together. So the next job is to test this and make sure it all works. So let's get up switch hitter. Boom. You should be able to see that now on your screens as well. And we are using a ANSI PCB today. So let's set that to ANSI. And let's steal the cable. And let's see what we have. Try to put the cable in the blind here. We have RGBs, which is always a good sign. Escape. All the F keys are working. Top row is all working just fine. All working just fine there. I think that's MO, so that's fine. Everything's working there. Control Win Alt Space. Let's just see if. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be an MO key as well. But trying to get it to do something different. It's not. I'm pretty sure this is as well. Yeah, okay. So that's an MO key. Okay. Just finding the right combination of keys that does something. I think we've changed the speed of the flashing or whatever anyway, so those are fine. Let's just assume that's dead, and that means that we can now put the keycaps on. So you guys have a choice of 2 sets of keycaps today from my personal collection, either GMK Electric or GMK Hootie. Which would you guys like to see on a black keyboard? We're gonna those RGBs are doing my head in. Wait, who didn't have faith? Prediction result is yes. Wait, what? What's the prediction thing? What's going on here? Did I miss this? We never done. What? So, will PCB and all switches work first try? Prediction ended this minute. Yes, 19%. 81% of you said no. 81% of you said no. Tasty, tasty. Wow. I see how it goes. I see how it goes. Right, let's see how the poll goes for the keycaps. Let's see what you guys want to see on the board today. Whether it's going to be GMK Hootie, Hoot Hoot, or whether it's going to be GMK Electric. I was in club, yes. I had faith. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Hello, Big Chad Che. Thanks, Paul. Welcome for being here. It's only 4 people. They just whale points. Fair enough. Fair enough. Take away the discount code. I wish I could now. I wish I could. Redeem coffee check. Today we were drinking PT's Typist Brew, which is our new coffee, which launches on Wednesday, because we're going to have Prototypist coffee on Wednesday. But now I'm drinking Iron Brew, so. Don't muck it up. Thanks, Jojo. We won. Nice. Iron Brew, you monster. Yeah, I love the stuff. Love the stuff. Okay. It looks like GMK Hoot is going to win this by a landslide, but we can put either set on this board. What type of roast is it? It's kind of like it's like a medium roast. It's a blend based on kind of my personal preferences. Taste notes are more caramelly, dark chocolate kind of notes. It's got a little bit of acidity to it, but not much. It's got a fair amount of sweetness, mid-range in the sweetness range. It's quite dark. I'd say 4 out of 5 on the scale of darkness. But yeah, it's a nice blend of coffee, and it's going to be called Typist's Brew, and it's something we're having made really local to us. Goes on sale on Wednesday. £12 for 250 grams plus postage. We will ship it internationally. All UK orders, domestic orders, will ship within a couple of days, and we'll send that as we need to. And then international orders will all ship a week on Tuesday. So we're only going to sell it between Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday coming and a week today, just to see how it goes. And it may end sooner if the amount of coffee we have roasted has sold out. So yeah. It's pretty cool. Gonna have to get a coffee machine for the Typist Brew. Yes, sir, you should. I've just bought a new coffee machine, which you'll see on Instagram on Thursday when I go pick it up. So yeah. Will the Typist's coffee make me type faster? If you drink enough of it, yeah. The coffee is not for preschoolers, Adam. No, it's not for preschoolers. Please don't give your preschoolers the PT coffee. Yeah, please don't do that. Jason, hello, hey Gouts. Any recommendations for a machine? Go join the coffee chat on Prototypist Discord, links down here, and they will put you into the right space, because it really depends on budget. It really depends on budget and what type of coffee machine you want. What's this on my arm? Bit of plastic. Okay, so we're opening up GMK Hootie. Let's flick over to the other camera so you guys can see Hootie being part of the board. There we go. 69th vote one. Nice. Yeah, it really depends on, like, if you want to go for espresso, if you want to do pour over. Like, depends on if your budget's 100 quid, 1,000 quid, 10,000 quid. Coffee is something that's just as deep as keyboards when it comes to having opportunities and options there. GMK Hootie is actually a really cute set. Look at it. Look how cute it is. Goes in stock on Monday, guys. But yeah, Hootie is really cute. It came out super, super nice. Do you know what? I think I know what we were supposed to do with those. Yeah, I think I know what we were supposed to do with those little standoffs, guys, because these keycaps are sitting really high. So I think they were supposed to go underneath the plate. Let's put the keycaps on, and then we'll take it apart, and we'll be able to adjust it that way, because these are sitting really high. Samson, hey man, good to see you. Stocking all the things we want on Monday. Corsa, Hootie, soy milk. Wallet is doomed. Shandon, sounds like you need to get the big boy pants on and make a large purchase. And just know that we'll love you for it. Poll to have Hootie in the keycap choice forever. I mean, this is my personal set of Hootie, so maybe we'll see. It is really cute though. It's super cute. I do think that we are going to need to take the board apart and put those standoffs in there though, because these keycaps are sitting really high up on the board. So maybe those standoffs were there to literally just to lower down the PCB and plate assembly. Yeah, there is a discount on some of the things we have in stock, but a lot of those items that Shandon wants are going in stock on Monday, Adam. So I think it's a case of what's available now to order now versus what's going to be in stock on Monday. Because obviously the code won't be working on Monday. Might have to get it for the Matrix. Yeah. This will look really good on some of the, like the Matrix silver board. This will look really good on. Also international from you, so I like to make sure I get multiple things when I order from you to make the international shipping worth it. Yeah, I think our international shipping rates are pretty cool. I think they're alright anyway. Like if we order from the US here to the UK for a key set, it can be like $80. So it's not cheap. And then we have import fees on top. Like from us to the US, it's like $40, something like that. It's like half the cost of it is coming the other way. So I don't think international wear too expensive really. All colorways are available, I believe. Some are very limited in number, but there's I think every colorway is available, as far as I know. I haven't checked that, but as far as I know, every colorway is available. Looking forward to the Matrix Coaster extras. Yeah. We did have one person ask if they could buy every colorway that we had available in stock. I told them they'd have to be really quick if they wanted to do that. So we'll see. Oh man, this set's so cute. Yeah, this would look good on the cream. On the cream Cycle 7. I got the NK65 Mictlan edition off you a few weeks ago and still cannot pick a key set for it. What do you think would look nice on it out of stock on your store? The Mictlan edition, you could get a pre-order up for Mictlan if you wanted to, because obviously that's the key set it's designed for. But any of the darker key sets would work really well on it, I think, because it's like a nice black color. It's a deep black color, I think, if I remember rightly, is the board. We have a ton of stuff in stock that suits it. You're probably better off asking, joining the Discord server down in the bottom corner and asking there for help, because the guys there probably know more about the stock and how things actually look in real life than I do, because like we see the stock here but we don't put everything on a keyboard, whereas those guys get a lot more experience than we do. Zooted Daifuku panels. Oh, this is an R5 bottom row. This is cool. I've forgotten this. This is an R5 bottom row. Oh wait, no it's not. Wait, what? Oh, that's the wrong key. That's why, that's the up arrow. It is R5 bottom row. Nice. R5, if you haven't tried a GMK set with an R5 bottom row, you're missing out. Let's just put it that way. Right, let's put print screen up here. And then we've got page up for there. And we do need a page down key, which, is that the right profile? Is that right? Yeah, that's the right profile. And then we'll need the bottom tray of keys. We need the shift key first, which is here. And we need a stepped caps lock, which is here. There we go. And then we need the 1.25U control keys, which are here. I'll flip in between sets now. Never tried R5. R5 is quite possibly my favorite bottom row. There's a few old sets that used to have it, and a lot of it's just super tall. Like if I show you like this, look, it's like super aggressive as this bottom row. But it's so nice to use. Okay, we just need 2 keys for that now. So let's go for the R4 FN, and then we just need a key for the R3. I don't know what to go for. What should we put on R3? I don't know. There is no good choice here actually. There is no good choice for an R3 key. Let's just go end, because why not? There we go. There we go. There's the board all put together. Looks so good with Hootie on there. Really hard to make good on stream lighting. Like I can show you it in 2 cameras, so I can show you it here. This is what it looks like here, and then if I show you in this, that's kind of how it looks. So, but yeah, greys are always hard to show on stream. It will always have a greenish tint to it. Sour does amazing designs, and I'm a huge fan of all of his work. So to see Hootie finally in the flesh, it's just great. R5 looks even good top down. R5 is the best bottom row objectively, I think. Said in a subjective manner. Hootie looks so good. Like, you guys cannot sleep on Hootie. And it goes, look at that, look how good it is. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The keycaps aren't actually that proud. I thought they were going to sit a little bit prouder, so maybe we don't need to drop the PCB and plate assembly down. Like, they do sit nicely on there, so I think that's good. And that's how steep the bottom rows are. This keycap's not properly. There we go. Oh. I wonder if that's a switch issue. There we go. Steep bottom row. But you're not using 7U, I am concerned. Well, the board doesn't support 7U, and it also doesn't have a non-R5 bottom row, so like, this is a prototype. I wouldn't have built it in a Cypher was going to have it anyway. It would have been ISO pull, so you know, swings and roundabouts, right? Do what you got to do. Hootie does not have UK ISO support, no. Go tell Sour you want ISO support in all of his sets, and maybe I'll add it going forwards. Does Hootie have the 1.5U issues, or is it good so far? We haven't had anyone report it. We only shipped the orders out last week, so I don't know. GMK have not confirmed to us that it's on the list. They've only confirmed 2 sets so far, so I don't believe it has the issues with the 1.5U keys. But yeah, until I'm proven otherwise, that's my current belief, but we'll see. Right, should we see how this sounds? Let's see how the board sounds. Turn off the music. Drop the mic down a little bit. Let's see how it's come out. That sounds pretty good, right? Can't hear much of the PE sheet. It doesn't sound like a PE filmed board, actually. Now you say that, usually PE has a pretty distinctive sound. It doesn't sound like that. I haven't got that much faster. I'm still around 90 words a minute, I think. I'm not particularly fast as a typist, but it sounds great. It just sounds really good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with it. Index space user, yeah. I learned to type on a ThinkPad, and I used to use my thumbs for the trackpad and the buttons. Oops, camera, setting the camera doing stuff. The camera's like smart, and it's gonna follow me around if I don't slow down. But I used to use my thumbs for the trackpad and the click buttons underneath, and then I used to use my fingers for typing. So I just got used to bringing my forefinger down for typing space. So yeah, buy typist spruce to increase word per minute by 20. Yeah, 120, but no guarantees given, right? So yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, for the money, like, this is solid. Like, I don't think we've actually set what the UK price is going to be for this yet, but for what is effective is like 105 US dollars, so it's going to be like 95 quid. This is pretty good. Like, what's not to love about this? Sure, the PVD isn't the best, and it's got some little watermarks in it, which, you know, you can see the fingerprints, but it's also got the watermarks in it. But for 100 quid, like, I haven't worked it out yet. I think it's going to be around there. It might be a little bit more. It's going to be definitely no more than Cycle 7 pricing. Like, it's going to be that or cheaper, right? I haven't set UK pricing yet. Take it with a pinch of salt, but I think this is going to be $105. So for that kind of price, like, I don't know how you can go wrong with that. Don't forget, say that we have VAT in the UK. Like, I have to add 20% onto whatever cost is. Legally, it's a requirement here in the UK. It's something I have to do by law. Matt has talked me into buying Cycle 7, maybe. Any ISO available? I need to go through the specs to check, Adam, but the plate supports universal layout, so it might do. So yeah, so we'll see. The good news is there is no VAT on the coffee we're going to sell this week. So I had to code quite a bit of the site to turn VAT off for that one product. So yeah. So don't worry, don't worry, you won't be paying VAT on coffee because it's not classed as a luxury item, so there's no VAT on it. So there you go. Me trying to explain to US friends why I'm getting ripped off. Don't look at VAT as a rip-off, right? It's not. If you're in the UK or in the EU, it pays for a lot of things. It pays for the health service, it pays for government facilities, it pays for your police, it pays for your fire engines, it pays for all sorts of different things, ultimately. VAT is just another type of taxation. Not all taxation is theft. I do not subscribe to that viewpoint. But coffee is essential. So it's VAT free. Let's take the wins where we can, guys, right? Coffee is VAT free. Which means we're not going to charge VAT for it, but it is going to still be like 12 quid. Just because we're doing it in small batches. So yeah. VATs are, thank God we're not American tax. No comment. I'm not sure I can comment on that on stream. But yeah. So yeah, it took me like I'm not a coder or a developer, but it took me like 90 minutes to turn off the VAT for one product on the website because it's so ingrained in how everything's calculated. Yeah. Let's make VAT 50% then. I'm not saying the percentage is like... do you know what? I'm not going to get into an argument about VAT on stream. VAT is a legal requirement here in the UK. Let's leave it at that. VAT beans are VAT free. It starts getting real funky after that. Yes, this is the other reason why we didn't want to do ground beans, because if you grind them, it's technically a service that you provided, and then that becomes taxable. So we're just offering the product, which is the bean, effectively. So yeah. I didn't want to do ground beans for that reason, Kish, because like I couldn't work out whether I had to charge VAT if it was ground and not if it wasn't, which just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because to like add like the cost of the grinding adds like a manual cost to it as well. So then to add that and then add VAT for it, it'd put you like at 15 quid a bag or something. Can we do Prototypist brand 3D printed filament next? No, just stick to Prusman. It's great. Just get a hand grinder. Yeah. Bean is the ultimate legal loophole. Yeah, everything is a bean. And you get a free gift with it, right? Buy some beans for £500 and you get a free keyboard, no VAT. There you go. That's the way around it. Kish, let me know if that actually works, right? Crazy when you think coffee roasters don't charge for ground beans. They have to eat a 20% cost if they don't charge a customer. I don't know if they do on that one, Kish. I haven't checked into any detail, so I don't know if that's true. It was my assumption from a brief skim of the rules, so I didn't, and we'll see. Just give us a plastic and we'll make our own GMK keycaps. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with the hundreds of thousands of pounds setup cost. That actually works, yeah. I don't think that if I sell you coffee beans for £500 and just chuck a Matrix Corsair in, I don't think that really works. Do you know what, actually? One random person who buys a Corsair on Monday in stock, I'm going to chuck a bag of beans in there for free, because why not, right? Give them some free PT coffee. So there you go. You don't have to endorse how much you price certain things. As far as I remember, they can't tell you something you sell is too expensive. No, they can't. And you can sell things for a loss if you want to in certain circumstances, but you can't sell everything for a loss. There's some rules on that. So after going to GMK, I'd love to see anyone try it. Dude, like, just setting up like GMK, it'd be insane. So, like, people just don't realize. People just don't realize. No marbles tonight, no. But I am going to do marbles next week, Kara. And we're going to give away this keyboard. We're going to give away this keyboard next week on marbles. Sans keycaps, but we're going to give away this. Do I have a Matrix Corsair to hand? I've got quite a lot of them downstairs in the workshop, yeah. GMK Bean Dream. GMK Cafe is already a thing. You want to? I mean, they're all sealed up at the Corsairs, Theseus, so I can't like unbox one for you, I'm afraid, because they're sealed from Matrix Labs. So yeah, keycap production is mad. It's insane. GMK's facilities are insane. Like, there is some pictures in the Discord server from when Tim and I were there, but it is insane. People just do not realize the scale of what GMK operates. It's massive. It's massive. Court cases are genuinely fun to read about VAT. £95 coffee beans plus this board is a freebie. Pepper, please. Well, no, because I'd have to charge you for the beans as well. So realistically, it'd be like 110 quid plus 110 quid plus a free board. Oh, Villanelle, show me. Yeah, right. Give me 30 seconds, guys. You can time me if you want. If someone wants to time me, I will go grab whatever Villanelle keycaps we have that's visible without me opening a box. Like if there's a child kit, I'll go grab some. Give me 30 seconds, guys. I'll be back. Okay, somewhat disappointingly, I'm going to have to open up a set. So, this is the only child kit. Let me flip over cameras. So I can't really show you anything without opening something up. So, one poor customer is going to get an unsealed set of this. Let's open this up. Put beans in the box. You'll take an unsealed set. I'm going to charge full retail price. It's just, we'll just use it as a QC set, I think, eventually. Sometimes they do, Zazori, yeah. Specifically, it's usually spacebar kits that get stacked like that. Free coffee for the poor customer. Which keyboard behind you has the numpad before the arrow cluster? That's the Matrix Cane. Here you go, here's Villanelle. It's hard to show you on camera, but the legends are like a subtle pink. It's really cool. Let me try and show you on this camera. Can you see that they're a subtle pink color? They're not white. So, yeah. They're that pink. That's the color of the legends, just for reference. But it's a very, very pretty set. So there you go. Incredible. Yeah, I think you can tell there that it's pink, not white. Cool. So there you go. That is Villanelle. It will be in stock on Monday. And one poor customer is going to get a PT keycap because we've opened the set. There we go. Cool. So that's Villanelle. Jay has GMK Phantom with the most shine I've ever seen on a keycap set. I don't know what happened to that. I did used to have GMK Phantom, but I haven't seen it for a long time. I have no idea where it is. Now you got to hype again. Order the set. Wait, which set? Which set, Blind Disobedience? Which did you order? Go really nice with your Lulu. Nice. Yeah, it's a Matrix Cane is the board, yeah. Show what? The Phantom? I don't know what happened to it. Like, it was on a keyboard. I can't think what keyboard it was on. But it was on a keyboard, and I must have put it away somewhere or whatever. I don't know. I genuinely don't know where it is or where it's on. But yeah, it was quite shiny because we used it in the workshop a lot, I think. Interesting, I've learned it has Mac OS ISO UK. Yeah, Villanelle does, yeah. For the stream discount, is it automatically applied to anything chosen through the in-stock collections link? No, so you need to put the code in, Andromeda. There is a code. If you go to our Discord server, check in announcements from Friday, the code's there. It was on the Workshop Virgo when I last saw it. Yeah, I've not seen the Virgo for ages. I don't know what I've done with it. Maybe it's still on the board. I have no idea. I have no idea where it is. Like, there's so many keyboards that are just in boxes. Since we moved the work from one workshop to the other, I've lost track of so many things. Embrace the Shrine? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely on the Workshop Virgo. Thank you for showing it. Actually, Villanelle. Oh, right, yeah, Villanelle will be in stock on Monday, 6 p.m. I don't think any of the vendors have got it in stock yet, but we'll have it in stock on Monday. We shipped all group buy pre-orders out last week, so they're already done, and we'll have the in-stock sets on Monday. I haven't decided on the pricing yet. That's the tomorrow job, so I don't know. 135 quid including VAT, something like that. I don't know, but it'll be tomorrow. How does the board compare to the Zoom 75 or Monsgeek MW1? I've never tried the Monsgeeks because we don't sell them here at Prototypist, but we do sell the Zoom 75s. We do have a Zoom 75 prototype flittering around somewhere as well, but again, I've lost it. I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's better because it doesn't have the screen, but pricing, it's going to be very well priced. Like, I don't think there's many things out on the market that can beat this on the Cycle 7 in terms of cost. In terms of quality, I don't think like either of them are on par with something like the Matrix Corsair, but then the Matrix Corsair is 4 times the price, so you know, you pick your choice, right? Don't panic, it's in the safest hands. Have you got it, Kish? I'm confused now. Thanks for the discount, Jay, anyway. No worries, man, no worries. Discount finishes in, what time are we on? 10 p.m. Discount finishes in 2 hours. So if you do want to use a code, you've got 2 hours. Is that the Zoom on the top shelf? No, that is another Matrix. That's a Vita. So we've got a Vita, and then at the front there is. Oh man, I forgot the name of the keyboard. Oh, it's the Physics. There you go. Physics. And then we've got a JO2 and Heinebush TKL1, GAF 910, Dollis, Tomo Friends of Family Edition. We've got an Able and a Kane. Oh, there's the numpad for the Heine TKL1, F18X, Duck Viper V2. One of Justin's boards, 60%. Forgotten the name of it. Yeah, there's too many keyboards in here. What's the name of Justin's keyboard? Derivative, that's the one. So yeah. DCS Reaper Alps base ordered. Time to save up for the switches. Yeah, we've had a couple of people order that recently and send it back because it's Alps and they didn't realise. Even though it says Alps in the description. Yeah. So no, I don't know where the Zoom is, but it's somewhere around. Jay has stopped responding. Wait, what? What? Will there ever be a JO1 restock? Yeah, we're going to run another group buy for the JO1 towards the end of this year, I think. We're just waiting for the market to settle a little bit, and then we'll do it. Yeah, late this year, hopefully. Would love to see some of your more unusual board, 40 splits, etc. Dude, like, I have so many boards. I did want to do a show and tell this week where you guys could just ask to see boards and I'd dig them out, but we had the MKC75 to build, so maybe next week we'll just do it when you forget the name of the keyboard. Oh yeah, like, dude, I have so many, I just forget the names of it. Yeah, I just forget things sometimes. There's so many bits of information about keyboards in my head that I have to try and remember just to do my job, that like sometimes my personal collection takes a back seat and I forget. That's all it is. Cool. Okay. Virgo is in the hands of Adam, which is Phantom Money. Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought you meant you'd got it, Kish. I was going to say, yeah. Well, if Adam's got it, I don't need to worry then. I'm not worried. Show and tell week? Yeah. Yeah, show and tell next week would be amazing. I might drop a form out for show and tell so I can prep for it. You guys can tell me what you want to see in advance. Do you only use a standard layout or do you use splits, etc.? I use different things for different purposes. So I use 40% to travel. I do use splits occasionally. I like when we have workshop keyboard where it's stood up. I tend to prefer like a split or an Alice style board for that because I think it's better for my shoulders. I tend to use a TKL at my actual work desk. I use a 65% at my stream desk. I use a JL1 at my desk at home. I just mix and match and do different things. How do the Argyle look? The Argyles look great. The issue we've got with the Argyles is that we had issues with the Mercury 65 and the KL90s, and we only have so much space where we can process stuff. So in good faith, because the designers of the KL90 and the Mercury 65 told us we'd got everything, we unpacked those two group buys into our QC space. And then it turned out we didn't have everything, and we'd already started to unpack everything, and that's a lot of keyboards. It's hundreds and hundreds of keyboards. So now the rest of this room, which is where we do QC, is like kind of full of those, and until we got the parts for those to ready to fulfill them, it meant we had to put Argyle on the back burner a little bit. Argyle's a difficult one to fulfill as well because we have to count out every single diode, every single resistor, every single chip, every single part that goes with the PCB as well, and put them into like a little kit. So there's a lot of stuff to do before we can get those out. We also have to cut the screens here in-house on the laser for the little windows on either side. So it's just a time thing for Argyle, but we're going to start on it properly this week and next week. So, but there's still some things that we need to order. We need to make sure we've got enough diodes for every single PCB. I don't think we do. So yeah, so we just need to go through all of that. But it's just a difficult thing to do. When will the form for affected Crooked GMK sets go up? So at the minute we've only been told of 2 key sets that GMK have on the list, and they're only 1.5U keys. There are no other keys affected. No 1U keys are affected, no 1.25U keys are affected, no spacebars are affected, no enter keys are affected or anything like that. It's just literally some 1.5U control and alt keys that can be affected because GMK have checked all of their molds. The form's going to go up once GMK give us an official process to follow. So to get the replacements from GMK, we're going to have to submit evidence and photographs, and that's going to have to be documented in a certain way for GMK to be able to approve it or deny it. And I don't want to put up the form and then have to ask people to resubmit the form. So we're just going to do that once we have like the official process. We'll create the form based off the official process so that we're submitting the information to GMK once, and I don't have to come back and ask you how you want to do stuff and things like that. So it really depends. We put it in announcements in Discord. Let me just check what the key sets were, because we've submitted quite a few. So it was in announcements. So the official list is the Handabyte base set. It is possible for the Alt 1.5U key to be affected, and it depends on which keys went through which molds. So like your set might be fine, the next person's set might not be, because it depends on which mold your key was selected from. And GMK Zooted base, there is the Alt 1.5U and Control 1.5U that might be affected. So those are the only 2 confirmed by GMK so far. I think there might be a couple of other sets as well. They are pretty certain it's only 1.5U keycaps that are affected. So yeah, it's not really a problem. It's like this overblown problem isn't really a problem. Like a lot of it, like some of the pictures that I've seen, it's clearly the users have tried to twist the keycaps. Like I can't make them look that bad unless I physically twist the keycaps and twist the switches that are underneath it, and then you can make some of the pictures look like it. A lot of the instances I've seen as well have been the switches have been placed into a gap that's larger than the switch, so it has a space for a 1.25 and a 1.5U keycap, and you can see that the switch is kind of misaligned as well. So I think what GMK are going to ask for is a picture taken of the reverse of the keycap where you can see the stem, and we can overlay over the top of that the correct grid pattern that GMK uses to determine if it's within or without tolerance, and then it makes it easy and confirms for everyone whether their keycap is within tolerance or without tolerance. So yeah, so we'll just have to work on that. So yeah, I don't think it is a true problem. I think something like 1% of keycap sets will be affected. It's a tiny thing, but when you have 750,000 people all buying GMK sets and all posting on Reddit, it looks like it's a bigger problem than it really is. Yeah, December month's pictures look so slight. I mean, like a lot of it could be you could just twist the switch and stuff like that. Like most people just won't know. Yeah, like it's just one of those things. But yeah, there's I've had quite a few people send pictures of 1.25U keycaps, and we just know for a fact they aren't affected. So like when people send those images across, it's like I don't know why they're doing that, because that's not even something that can be affected by this. So yeah, it's frustrating. We've had people send pictures of like alpha keycaps across, and it's like This is literally just going to be 1.5 U keycaps that are affected, and in such a small number of sets. What key sets that we know that aren't affected? Dracula. Jim Cave said that Dracula shouldn't be affected at all because none of the molds are used for Dracula. There was something else, but I think Hootie's fine. GMK Electric's fine. Anything that's going to ship as well soon has already been checked, so they're all going to be fine as well. So like, I think the number of sets that this has happened on is so slim, and that list on Reddit, there's other reasons for the keycaps looking wonky, I think. So yeah, Handabite but not Nactibite, I believe is correct. Yeah, Handabite but not Nactibite. Nactibite didn't use the molds from what I understand, and again, this is only information I've had from GMK. I haven't checked or verified anything. I can only tell you what they've told me. So yeah. The tolerance on my Clarabelle PCB is worse than the skew on GMK's. Do you know, Tim, it's like that on a load of keyboards as well. Like, you can twist the switch so much within the sockets, especially on hotspot boards, that like any keycap could become twisted or off-centered, just by how the plate and the PCB and the switch are all positioned together. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I get that people are upset about it and it needs fixing, and that's why we will make a form for people to fill out. But I need that process to come from GMK to tell me how I can submit to them for them to look at it. So I mentioned GMK dots as well. Sorry, I forgot who mentioned it. The GMK dots are still being reproduced, but yes, we should have a ton of GMK dot stuff arriving semi-imminently that will replace the 4 or 5 customers that were affected from us as well. So that was a slightly different issue, which was the size of the legend, because it took up so much space. It was kind of like a waviness to some keycaps. So yeah, those are still in production, but yeah, shouldn't be too far away. Is this alright with you? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think it's still in hand, but we haven't had them yet. As soon as we get them, we'll ship them out the same day. Like, we just do that. Cool. Okay. Unless you guys have got any more questions, I'm going to dip and go home because I've got a really busy week this week. We've got the launch of the PT Coffee, we've got the launch of UPS as a service, which means we've got UPS reps here on site tomorrow to monitor that and check it. We've got a ton of stuff to ship out tomorrow, team meeting in the morning, so it is time for me to dip out and have a good night's sleep. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll give away the MKC75 next week on stream. Loads of stuff going in stock tomorrow. Check it out on Discord. Come and have a chat on Discord if you want as well. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon, guys. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.